What's up, traders? Welcome to this live stream here with Rodrigo Torres and his cousin Diego here on the live stream. These guys are from City Traders Imperium, who are my gold sponsor, so go and check out the link under the video afterwards. Now, look, these guys use this style they've called bank level trading. You're going to find out all about that in the live stream that's just about to start, and they're going to be on here pretty much every week and alternating between a London session and a New York session. So today's the London session, next week will be New York, and hopefully we just sort of keep that rotation going. Now, they're trading the Forex markets primarily, but also if you're interested in gold, Bitcoin, or the NAS 100, they're going to be able to give you guys some little tips on those as well, and hopefully take a trade or two in these sessions. So guys, yeah, without further ado, let's just get on with it. Here we go. Over to you guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning, everyone. Yes.
Good morning, good evening. Hello, Diego, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Rod?
Excellent. I'm very excited, proper excited. This is our first live stream on the Trading Nut YouTube channel. So some of you guys might know us. Some of you guys have just met us. So for those who know us, you might as well smash that like button straight away. Show us some love. I can see there's a few have joined already. So what we're going to be doing today is, for those of you who don't know us, we're just going to do a quick brief introduction of who we are, when we started trading. I mean, I'm not going to try and bore you too much with my story, because I've actually been on the Trading Nut YouTube channel before. So I've done one video where I went through my entire process, but I've also done an interview with Cam where I talk about who I am, my story, and so we're going to briefly touch on that, because I know this live stream is all about trading. It's all about live trading. So what we're going to be doing is using smart money concepts to look at everything from the fundamentals to intermarket analysis. So I'll be covering indices, commodities, obviously covering some of the major pairs. So Diego will actually be focusing a lot on the dollar, and of course we'll be talking about the reaction, what the market's reaction to the Fed yesterday's 50 basis point rate hike. So very interesting times. Today we've actually got Bank of England as well, so we'll be covering a little bit of the sterling pairs. And if we're lucky, guys, we can get a trade. It's 10 a.m. 10 here in the UK, and generally we actually we do live streams, Diego and I, for our own bank level trading community over at CTI, and we're jumping on around 11 a.m. right, Diego?
Yeah,
and
normally 11 in the morning every day. Every now and again we mix it from around 12, and then we go live on YouTube on a Friday for the YouTube members. So yeah, should be fun. Rod, why don't you tell everyone just a brief example of your background, your trading journey, then I'll have a go and we'll get started. So guys,
yeah,
stay tuned.
yeah. So I've been trading since 2014. In fact, it was this guy right here, who is, he's my cousin. He got me into trading. At the time, I was just working 60-hour weeks, hate my job. And then I see Diego just start flipping accounts with Forex. And I thought, what is this guy doing? And
beginner's luck, just to let you know.
Yeah. And then I started looking into it, and I just fell in love with it right away. I just literally decided this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I burnt all my bridges, quit my job. My girlfriend at the time, who's currently my wife, I moved in with her, and I literally I was like 10-12 hour days on the charts, non-stop, for about a year and a half. And during that period, I think the first sort of strategies I was learning was supply and demand. So big shout out to at the time I was looking at videos from ICT. I was looking at Sam Seedon, I believe, and some others. So my first exposure to trading was with supply and demand, which I still use to this day. But obviously a lot more refined version, which some of you guys will call smart money concepts. And it wasn't until 2018 when Diego actually hooked me up with a position for a London hedge fund. We also had connections and an entity in the UAE, in Dubai. So in this hedge fund is where really where everything just took off, because we were learning some hedge fund level strategies, smart money strategies. And Diego and I, we've done so much back testing. And in fact, during that period is when we actually created and developed our bank level trading strategy, which is a combination of so many different strategies. Really, I mean, it's not like we invented anything. We just put a few of these amazing concepts into just a strategy that has high probability in finding those reversals in price action on any time frame. So that's a quick introduction about me. That's 2018. So from in 2000, that was at 2017, 2018.
You know what?
4 years.
I think you missed out. Was it 2016 where I hooked you up with that prop firm in Surrey? Remember?
Yeah.
You
I'll
always
let
forget
you
that
talk
one.
about that one. I'll let you talk about that one because I remember my first trade was on Aussie yen, and
Oh
it was
gosh,
an
that was legendary. Legendary.
absolute sniper.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, you know, we've been through a few sort of professional environments, a couple of trading floors, and we always seem to do well, but just the firms didn't last very long, unfortunately. So after that hedge fund in London, I realized that I wanted a lot more freedom. I wanted to stop commuting to London. I wanted to sort of have my own space. I know I can trade. I know I have an edge. So why not have the freedom as well, right? Why was I just having to go to commuting 2 hours every day? And that was obviously affecting my family life. So I decided, right, I need a solution where I can trade from home, but I don't have enough capital. So then I jumped on Google, and on the first page came up City Traders Imperium. When I looked into them, I realized how professional they are. And then, yeah, from then, I think I passed the evaluation in just under 2 months. And then, yeah, as soon as that happened, I left the other fund, started working from home, started trading from home, and that was my absolute dream. And so since then, I've been doing that. And so now I'm currently not only a portfolio manager for City Traders Imperium, but I'm also a performance coach, and obviously develop different programs in psychology and obviously in strategy. And my background in psychology comes from when I studied psychology in university. So I have a passion for psychology. I have a passion for trading. I have a passion for coaching and helping others. So that's me in a nutshell. I think that was over 5 minutes. So Diego, over to you. Tell us about your background and how you got into trading, and yeah, where you are today.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna try and really summarize everything, guys, because I know you guys are waiting for the trading. So I've been trading for just over 8 years. It started in my last year in university, where I completely just lost a passion for just what was I doing? Media, film production, and I just lost a passion for it in the third year of uni. And a friend of mine actually she done a course in trading in Canary Wharf, and I saw that she was making like 10 grand in a month, right? So I thought, whoa, what is this? So I looked into trading, done the same course. Long story short, everyone blew their accounts. It was a bit of a scam, if I'm honest. It was just something that you get taught in baby pips, and it just enticed lots of people to come in. So once I'd done that course, that was the first step into the industry. I went from backtesting, trading. I took investments. I lost lots of money. And it really just changed when I started to journal my trading, right? That's when I really took it to the next level. Fast forward, let's say 3, 4, 5 years down the line, still not profitable, but there is no plan B in sight. There's literally it's that life and death. You don't have a plan B. I was in and out of jobs at one point. Eventually, I built a track record on just a small account. It was literally like $1,000, but it was a professional track record of around 2 years. when I had that track record, I started to network, met some people, and landed a job in a prop firm in Surrey. Introduced some traders into the team. Was managing a six-figure portfolio. That was my first sort of big portfolio at the time. And then once I got my foot in the door, I thought, guys, I need to introduce my cousin. He's a good trader. I've also brought him into trading. So he came in, and Rodrigo just entered a sniper short on Aussie yen. He has a tendency to do that with Aussie yen, funny enough. And since then, we just killed it. That didn't really succeed because so many traders came on board and different strategies. It just got messy, so we left. Then I got a job in a hedge fund as a senior trader. Over time, got promoted to the main trader. Then we were managing a large amount. In fact, we managed to close around, was it 400 million? Yeah, around 400 million in terms of the track record that I had. So from there, where did I go from there? Before that, actually, I had multiple jobs on online trading floors, trading communities, other trading companies, and I'm just getting experience. But in that particular London hedge fund now, we had a mentor, right? It's really important to have a mentor, and it really accelerated your progress. The strategies that I was personally trading was just the basic retail strategies like Fibonacci, patterns, never moving averages. I'm not a fan of moving averages. It was mainly just Fibonacci and patterns. Now, patterns I've always been really, really fond of. And when my mentor at the time said, look, you need to delete everything, bearing in mind that our mentor, he was managing 100 million in a Dutch bank. So you're going to listen to what this guy says, right? So we deleted all our charts and we got introduced to channels, right? And with the channels, which I'm going to explain in the technicals, it eliminates all the noise, all the retail noise, because you're using the major significant support and the resistance of the channel rather than taking every single support and resistance, and it just gets really messy for your psychology. So that immediately just 10x our trading. And now with the fund manager at the time in that hedge fund, it was actually a lady that introduced a very confidential document that was just for us to reverse engineer her smart money concept strategy, where she managed to did she flip $20,000 to $50 million, or was it $50,000 to 20 million? Whatever it was,
it was a good performance. And so from then we decided like we need to reverse engineer this thing.
Yeah, and that took
so we're going to show you some of that stuff today.
Exactly, and it's something that you guys are taught online anyway. There's smart money concepts, but we have a bit of a twist to it, and it's what really gives us an edge with the markets, because with smart money, a lot of traders are taking the same sort of setups. We're literally filtering everything out to the high probability smart money level. So with that being said, Rod, do you want to go over the intermarket analysis?
Yeah, nice. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go over some of my charts here, some of the stuff that I'm seeing. Diego, I'm just going to move you over to the backstage. If you need to say anything, just jump in the private chat. Go for it. Nice one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Fantastic. All right, guys. So before we get started, hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, show us some love, and yeah, let's get on with it. So what an interesting time it has been in the markets. It's been an amazing time for the style of trading that we do. So we trade really well during ranging markets, extremely well during trending markets, and especially when there's volatility. So a lot of trading strategies, they kind of step away from when there's volatility, when there's news. In fact, we do the opposite. We're jumping 2 feet in, and that's exactly how trading should be. It should be pure confidence, conviction, execution, and that's what we do with the bank level traders. And so as you can see here, you've got the this is my sort of grid that I use to just get an idea of what smart money is doing in the equity space, in the bond space as well as the commodity space. Just to kind of run through what I'm seeing, right at the top, we've got US equities. So the reason why I look at US equities predominantly is because they have a correlational relationship with the dollar, as you know, with the yen pairs. So, you've got your risk on, risk off currencies. So if you don't understand what risk on, risk off is, definitely Google it. Go on YouTube. You'll learn all these things. But so I'm going to be just going through what I'm seeing, and I'm going to assume most of you understand what I'm saying, because I know a lot of the trading nut community. You guys are already used to listening to some very good traders. So let's just get straight into it. So on the S&P 500, we were looking at this descending pattern. Price did react already to this zone here. So the way we draw our supply and demand zones, order blocks, is quite a unique way. So this one's obviously been filled already, and I was waiting for price to come back down to this imbalance. Didn't quite reach it, but because of the reaction that we had especially in the last few days, there's been a bit of price. This move yesterday occurred because of the 50 basis point rate hike, which was expected, and that's why, of course, price reacted the way it did. It was one of those situations where it was sell the rumor by the fact, so it had already been priced in. So this was a bit of an obvious trade, and now you can see that dip buyers got really excited here. We've got some breaker structure on the lower time frames, so I am expecting a little bit more upside, especially now that these we've got these equal highs that have not yet actually been mitigated yet. So definitely expecting a little bit more upside on the S&P 500. If we look at the VIX, the VIX here is essentially a fear and greed indicator, really. So we're looking at the H4 time frame. When the VIX goes down, obviously you would see S&P 500 go up, and price almost reached this sort of resistance zone that I've got mapped out before it reversed, and now it's obviously heading back lower towards this sort of medium support resistance level. So we might get a little bit of a reaction here, but I am expecting price to actually continue lower here on the VIX. So there are strategies to trade the VIX. I don't trade the VIX. I just use it as an indicator to tell me where the fear is, where the greed is in the market. Of course, as the VIX goes higher, there is more fear in the market. As the VIX goes lower, there's more greed in the market. So it's essentially using price action to look at the emotions and the sentiment of the market. Now here we've got the bond market. We've got the in yellow, I've got the 30-year, and in candlestick form, I've got the 10-year. Price is it's just been on an uproar. Let's get rid of this 30-year and just focus on the 10-year. So it's important to look at the yield here because of the correlational relationship it has with the dollar. So if I slap on the DXY here, we can see the correlation between the US dollar and the 10-year treasury yield. So definitely expecting further upside here on yields. We've got these equal highs up here that have not yet been liquidated. So definitely expecting these. So what does that mean? That means that definitely expecting a little bit more dollar upside. If the correlation continues to hold, let's see. So there is a chance for that happening. So I'll let Diego cover the DXY in a little bit more detail. And the reason why I'm going through all of this, guys, is because it leads us. This is what we do within the community. We go through sort of like what is the narrative? What's the market telling us? What is smart money telling us about their past intentions, their present intentions, and their future intentions? Okay, that's our job. to not only find high probability setups, but also forecast and follow smart money, right? And so that's why I'm covering all of this, because this is all going to be, it's going to add, I guess, fuel to what we're talking about later on when we start looking at the FX market. And that's exactly where our bread and butter entries are. So I'm expecting a short-term pump in indices across the board, especially, we've got the S&P 500, we've got NASDAQ also hitting some lows here. We've got, again, very similar equal highs set up. So it'll be really interesting to see how price reacts. Do we get a strong breaker structure above here, or is it going to just get faded really quickly and just slam lower? Who knows? But according to the news from yesterday and the presser, federal I can't even speak now. Jay Powell, basically, Jerome Powell, he basically said that the 75 basis point is not going to happen in the near future, which obviously had not been priced in, and that's where we're seeing that type of tone there was actually very bullish for indices. Now, jumping on the DXY, in fact, I'm going to let Diego jump onto DXY in a little bit more details, just giving you guys sort of what the market narrative is, the story here. So Diego, if you can start sharing your chart, get that ready. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys look at indices, any intermarket analysis, if you've learned something today. And if you have, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Show us some love, support the channel. Right, so Diego, are you on?
Yes, I'm on. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, so
let me know when
go
you
ahead,
can see
Diego.
my trader view. Yep. Okay, all confirm. Let's just read in the comments. Mike is saying, I've just joined the BOT community and I can honestly say it's one of the most comprehensive trading places to learn and get profitable. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Okay, let's get started. So you can see my trading view.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So moving over to the DXY, again, just a quick recap. Patterns are extremely, extremely powerful because you're eliminating all the noise that retail are participating in. So notice how we've got a bunch of support and resistance here. Not only is it hard for the psychology, but the risk reward is just not that significant, is it? If you're taking a trade here, just on this example, I'm not saying I take the 2 weekly chart, your take profit, it's like a 1 to 1.4. And this is just a fraction of the weekly time frame. You're going to get exactly the same patterns, exactly the same levels on the 1 minute time frame. So simply by eliminating all these support and resistance and implementing patterns, you immediately improve the risk reward. Look at the difference, because you're using the support and resistance from this particular pattern all the way to the top, right? So this is something that it's just a bit of a game changer rather than trading the way most traders trade, which is just support and resistance. And it works, but there's no edge in that, if I'm honest. Now, if I just delete this, we'll get started with the actual structure of the market. So first of all, we can see there's a bit of a third tap. 1, 2, and there is now a third tap here. Now, the psychology of the third tap really is this, right? Third tap, and many traders are selling it with the stop losses here or the stop losses here, and they take profit towards wherever there's a take profit. Now, it's a very basic setup. Now, why do you think most traders are not that profitable? Is because they get stopped out. There's a lot of liquidity, a lot of imbalances and bank blocks and bank levels. So what happens now, and this is one of the strategies that we trade, is we take this trade. So we anticipate a stop hunt of the third tap, and we get in here with a particular entry criteria and a sniper to go short. So that's one of our entry criteria. So on the DXY, what I can see is a potential third tap of this trend line. So there's been a bit of a stop hunt there, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm separating the pattern and focusing on what's relevant. So if we zoom into the weekly time frame, there's actually a double boomerang, right? So we've got the 1, we've got the 2, and we've now completed the stop hunt of the third tap of this trend line, right? And notice the equal highs as well has also now been mitigated. And it's the same with this trend line. There's 2 taps at the top, back there to the left that I just covered. And now they've just been stopped out. So there's potential sell scenarios from around here, or even now, or even plan B. So you need plan A's and plan B. You can never have just one plan because, you know, the market is not perfect. You need to have that probabilistic mindset where there's multiple plans in place. So if we look at the daily time frame, price is trading within this ascending channel. So we are expecting a drop to the downside towards potentially these areas. So we're ignoring all the noise in the middle, all the support and resistance on the lower time frames, and we're just implementing the move from this resistance towards this support. But obviously there's a lot of information here that we need to take into consideration. Now, I'm not saying, you know, we're going to be selling the market from here to there. No, what we'll be doing is we'll be selling it. We look for a buy criteria. We look for a pullback. We buy it, we sell it, we buy it. It does not matter because we're following smart money. Now, if we go to the H4, just to get a clearer idea, we can see that this imbalance, which was actually covered in the live stream quite recently for the members, has now been filled, right? But notice how it's also broken structure, right? So now we've got a potential new low, we've got a new high, so I'm expecting a pullback towards the point of interest, which is this banker block, which was identified on the lower time frames. We've also got this imbalance, but this particular banker block has been redefined on the smaller time frames here. So we'll be looking for a sniper around these areas. Now, if we zoom in to the 1 hour time frame, this is where it gets juicy. Now, when you think about it, when price obviously goes towards a level, right, and there's a rejection. Now, if it rejects from this level very impulsively, it's very likely for this high to get taken out. If, however, price obviously drops to the downside and the rejection is really, really compressive, there's not enough momentum, there's not enough volume, not that much liquidity, this is indicating that, you know, there's a bit of a short squeeze. It's compression, right? So after compression followed by momentum, it's very likely for a momentum move on the way down. So from what I can see here, lots of momentum, and notice the bodies of the bull candles are really, really weak. And, you know, it's just indecision here, maybe one strong candle, but obviously this move outweighs that middle candle. So we're expecting some form of a move towards the downside, but obviously we're waiting for confirmation at the point of interest. Let's actually just tidy this chart up. Go to the 15-minute. And what can we see? So there's actually an imbalance which was identified from this particular previous spike and this particular previous spike here. So if you don't know what an imbalance is, you know, that's something we teach in the BLT community, and it's also online as well, right? But how do we trade the imbalance? We don't just trade it with an imbalance, because there is multiple imbalances here on the lower time frames here, and on the 1 minute time frame here. Now, the reason a lot of smart money traders, they're profitable, right? But they get tagged in and tagged out. So they'll take a trade here, they lose. They take a trade here, they lose. Potentially a trade here, obviously they might win every now and again from here. But what happens now is we can filter out all these unnecessary losses by implementing a pattern towards the point of interest. Obviously, we've got a bit of a imbalance here. So if we draw the pattern more clearly, it looks something like this. Beautiful, beautiful compression. I love it. Beautiful. Now, what we don't do is we're not going to be taking a trade at this area here, for example, or at the trend line. No, we need to wait for everybody to get stopped out. So not only are we waiting for your basic retail to get stopped out here. We're also waiting for the pattern traders, because obviously there's pattern traders, right? Which should be probably approximately from around this tap here. And once these guys get stopped out, we get involved approximately here, a boomerang of this pattern. Now, the reason it's called a boomerang is because of the shape, and it's also the hunting tool used by the Australians, which obviously you throw the boomerang and it comes back to you. So it's just a bit of a metaphor where we hunt for stop losses and price comes back inside the pattern. So that's where the name came from. Okay, so what I can see at the moment, this channel looks pretty decent, but I'm also prepared in advance that this could still easily drop towards this area, since there's a banker block here, right? So with this banker block, if there's a rejection, and if it does drop to the downside and it comes, let's say here, and it rejects, hold on. If it does actually reject from this particular banker block that took out structure, and then it goes long, all that means is we need to update the pattern, right? It's really important. So we're constantly updating the patterns with these particular levels, right? And once the pattern is updated, guess what? This imbalance that we had now becomes irrelevant, right? Because the actual entry now will be inside of the pattern, right? So this is how we can filter out all these particular trades. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. This imbalance, I'll now delete it, whereas many other smart money traders will take it, they'll get tagged in, tagged out, and they'll probably make a profit here, right? But we're avoiding all these unnecessary losses by implementing the patterns. So with this particular setup, at the moment, it's not relevant. I'm just forecasting a potential scenario if prices to do some form of a boomerang here. In fact, we could even take advantage of the move and buy it. Then we can sell it, break a structure, we'll buy it again, we'll sell it. We do not care about the trend. We're just buying and selling the moment the market gives us that opportunity. So what I'm personally expecting on the dollar, it's just a move to the upside. I'm really, really interested in the redefined banker block on the 1 minute time frame. Was it 1 minute? Yeah, there's a 1 minute banker block here. And there's something else going on here, right? I'm not going to get into detail, but this is one of our really robust entries. Not just the banker block, but it's the information that's happening here that's really significant for this particular entry. And I know some of the BOT members can identify what's happening right there. So there is a redefined banker block. There's a liquidity pool as well. So we're looking for shorts on the dollar, right? Just remember, lots of momentum to the downside, followed by compression. We're definitely expecting a move to the downside anytime now, but most likely another pullback to go short. So that's a game plan for the dollar. In terms of targets, once it does
quick question
to the downside. Yes, go for it.
So do you sometimes get tagged in during news releases with the bank level trading strategy?
Good question. Now, something that we teach, the thing is with the news, the way I trade the news and what I advise some of the BOT traders to trade the news is to not trade the news. And the reason I say that is because with the bank level trading, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you get triggered in way before the news comes in and afterwards and during, but you don't really get stopped out. So we don't check the news, right? There's no need to check the news. Now, checking the news is, you can do it, but I found out that you don't need to do it because price is already priced in, especially with the BOT. You do not need to stress about the news, honestly. You just literally just take the trade. And most of the time, when I take a trade and I'm up 10R or 20R, there's a news release, but it's happened a million times to the point where, oh, you know what? I don't need to check the news. And I have not been checking the news for the last 5 years. And I've been absolutely fine. With the news now, if you're trading basic setups, then yeah, you need to be quite wary of the news because you'll probably get stopped out. The reason the BOT is significant is because if we're taking a trade here, right, let's just say the market pulls up, then it drops, and then it does this, and then all of a sudden it forms a new pattern. News will probably get triggered in here. Let's just say you've got an order here and you'll get a spike and then it just drops, right? And the BOT is just designed to literally avoid all the retail traps and all the hurdles and the struggles that we're taught in the beginning. So with the news, you do not need to worry about that, honestly. Yes, any other more questions before I go to the next market?
Yeah, one of our BLT members, Shine, we were actually tagged into a trade on the dollar CAD. It was actually before the news. It was 2 trades before the news, and so it'll be good for you to summarize that dollar CAD trade. But there's a couple of guys requesting the your analysis on the euro, because they're seeing a few setups, and then perhaps after we can have a look at that dollar CAD. Couple of trades we took on dollar CAD yesterday. They were really cool.
Okay, fantastic. Yes, let's look at the euro. So just quickly, just to re-summarize everything. No, that's it. We're looking for shorts on the DXY. We'll look at the euro as well. Okay, with the euro, let's just zoom. Let's zoom out a bit. Right, let's just actually zoom out a bit, see what's happening. Okay, so we've broken out of this larger sort of triangle. Notice how I've separated the pattern, because if you leave this trend line here, it's not only going to make it messy, and most traders will believe, okay, this trend has broken, that's it, let me forget about it, right? But what happens is price is constantly updating and developing, right? So you need to flow with the market. The patterns get updated, so does the banker blocks, the imbalances, and the bank levels. They get updated as well with the patterns, right? They need to be in conjunction with a pattern. Now, if there is a particular bank level, right, and there is no pattern there, it immediately becomes invalid. Whereas the other smart money concept traders, the basic strategy, they'll take it because there is an order block there. We call it bank level. There is an order block there, or a bank level, whatever you want to call it, and they'll get tagged in, tagged out. So the patterns are really the bread and butter with the BOT, but there's a technique to actually draw this, and it's something we do teach. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame on the euro, let's see what we've got here. Okay, this is a beautiful trade. The BOT members, it's something that I was covering from around here. I was anticipating a short from around here. You can more or less even see the trade here. Look, there's a pattern there, right? Clearly a beautiful pattern. And I managed to catch this 33R trade live on the live streams with the BOT members, and also showing, my MT4 entries. So we're not just showing trading view entries and before and afters, because anybody can fake that. We're literally showing everyone the MT4 entries, the exits, the trade management, the risk reward multiple. So this was a beautiful euro trade covered in around the 30th of March. Now let's go to the current price action. So this is old news, right? It's based off this pattern here. That's old news. Now if we separate it, now we've got this particular pattern, right? So this is the current piece of information. However, we've now got some compression, and this compression now has ranged and broken up to the upside. So I do believe I need to update this pattern to something more relevant. So if I update it, there we go. Now we've got a bit of a parallel channel. So at the moment, we have a setup here, and this is what I call a valid trade. Now, depending on my current performance, I personally wouldn't want to trade this. If I've got a buffer to play with and I'm up 5-10R on Monday or whatever, then it's fine. But the trades that I want to take is a boomerang. So 1, 2, and this is already mapped out, right? So once price comes in, I'll look for a particular entry outside of the pattern. So this is a high probability trade. This is a valid trade, but we can still find a high probability trade on the lower time frames. I'll just be a bit more cautious, and I'll definitely wait for some confirmation. So with that being said, let's go to the 1-hour time frame for the euro. So the first thing that's to scream at me is these equal lows, right? The equal lows, when you think about it, if you're not familiar with smart money, this is a very typical double bottom, right? A double bottom meaning, what do you think is likely to happen? If you look at Google, type in double bottom, how to trade it. Break of the neckline, retest, continuation, but what's very likely to happen now because of the double bottom, retail have the stop losses just below, whereas we've got liquidity pools and imbalances for an entry. So we're looking for a stop hunt to then go short, to then go long, sorry. So with double bottoms or equal lows, just be wary of that. You know, these are good targets. So you should be targeting liquidity or entering at liquidity. If you don't know where the liquidity is, you are the liquidity. It's just how it works, really. Now, with this imbalance, this is again covered in the live stream for the members. Also notice there's equal highs here. With these equal highs on the lower time frames, there's liquidity just above. So if we go to the 15-minute, you can see the equal highs here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see there's a bit of a double top there and lots of liquidity, right? If we look at the liquidity, notice how there's a very, very clear break of structure, right? And there's an imbalance here, right? There's a beautiful imbalance. So liquidity is here. Smart money have a bunch of orders there, right? So if we go back to the current price action, this is why it reversed from this particular liquidity. So we're entering after retail are obviously taking this double top. We'll be entering at the liquidity. So their stop losses are here, 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 or even here if they want to be conservative, but we'll be entering here, right? But, you know, I've obviously missed this trade, but I'm looking for some form of confirmation at this particular entry. Now, let's actually update the chart. I think this is quite old. So let me just zoom out a minute. Also, something I'll recommend. Now, obviously, I'm very conscious and I'm aware that I'm doing a live stream. I've just had some coffee, feel a bit anxious, mainly because of the coffee, and I don't want to rush an analysis just because I'm in a live stream. So I need to take a little deep breath, right? Get into the zone. You know, this is something you should be doing, and double check your trend lines. So this is quite new, and we can see, okay, there's a rejection from this area and also from this area. So this pattern here, which was literally a boomerang of this pattern, 1, 2, and a boomerang, right, to go short to at least this area. So that was the setup from before. But now this pattern, guess what? It's irrelevant. We delete it now. It's done. We're now focused on this pattern, right? Obviously, we've got potential entry from around here, maybe a liquidity pool here, but we're waiting for confirmation on the lower time frames to get involved. And if this ends up failing, guess what? We are prepared, so we can avoid so many losses with the BOT. And I can show you how. I mean, if price doesn't reverse from here, number one, I'll be waiting for confirmation. I'm not just going to set the order, but the way we wait for confirmation is a really, really important, we'll call it a 1, 2, 3 process. Very, very detailed with many confluences to avoid any particular losses. Now, what's the likelihood of price coming up here, right? I've just explained that price is within this channel and it's very likely to drop, right? But remember, the DXY looks quite bearish, right? So just take a note of that. Now, with this pattern here, notice how it's a bit of a flag, isn't it? So would I be taking a trade here knowing there's a bullish flag in play? No. So already this now becomes a low probability trade because of the nature of the pattern. It's compressive, bullish momentum is very likely to move up to the upside. So I would rather look for longs. This area here, if anything, is a good take profit. If we find some shorts, some longs just below, there's an imbalance here. Look at this. Okay. Now this is looking pretty decent. There we go. What do we have? 1, 2, boomerang, and a 3. Boom, boom, boom. So that's the setup for today. Euro longs. Go to the 5-minute. You can maybe redefine this imbalance. No, that's fine. 1-minute time frame. And what we can do if price is dropping here, I'm going to focus on this area for the boomerang. What piece of information have I got here?
Hey Diego, how about you we show the guys an actual entry at some point today. I think I think that would be pretty amazing to show us getting
Yeah.
triggered in and how we manage the trade, because this trade is obviously looking high probability. So on at the bottom of your trading view chart, you'll see trading panel. So if you just click on that,
Hold on, trading panel. Yep.
just go to no broker.
There we are, no broker. So let me do this. Yep, open account. No, just FXCM. I like FXCM.
I think it's gonna send you. It's gonna make you apply for something. Is there an option just to like open a one without like a trading view one?
Nah.
No, there isn't, is there? Okay, don't worry about it then. Let's
Okay, cool.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I mean, if once, I'm going to set my alert here, and if I'm in another chart, if Rodrigo's speaking, I'll just
there it is. Paper trading. Sorry guys, I found it. Trading view, trading panel.
Yeah, trading panel.
And it says that
paper trading. I got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Connect. See, I've never used this before, but it's there, isn't it?
You just So now
I guess we can
be able
do this.
to you can place a trade. Just place a limit order.
And where's the option for the limit order then?
So I think you can actually place a limit order with the risk reward tool as well.
Okay, so if I test this,
so if you
let's right click it.
Create limit. Yeah. See, create limit order.
Create limit order.
There you go.
Okay, fine. Risk. We'll do 0.25, which is what I normally do. Price, ticks, units, risk, take profit, stop loss, buy limit, units. What's this? I'm not going to get into okay, I'll figure this out next time, but we'll set the limit order with the actual, forget the account size and all that nonsense. Just so you guys can see the trade management. When it's ready, I will do it, but not yet.
Nice one.
I'm not going to be setting a limit order here. We need to wait for confirmation. Although we can actually set a limit order there, but I'll be breaking my rules, so I need to stick to my rules. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking for long. So let's just set my alert around here. And once the boomerang is confirmed, then we'll redefine the entry and we'll look for a setup. Now, what's interesting is, although, I've got a multi-liquidity pool here and a multi-liquidity pool here. It's not a liquidity pool, it's a combo of bank levels and imbalances. Now, if we were to update a pattern, would it be in confluence with a boomerang? Let's check. Right? And if price does reverse from this area, look at that. It forms one of our textbook patterns, which is a boomerang. We normally just trade compression and wedges. We don't trade expandings or triangles and whatnot. And from what I can see, look, 1, 2, once price, and if price reverses from this area, this would be a good area to be taking profit. But guess what? This liquidity pool, right, it becomes invalid now. The reason it's invalid is because it's inside of the pattern. And what happens with price action is it tends to do this. And it does a fake out of the third tap. So I'll be expecting a rally towards at least this area down here to take out liquidity over here. I'll get into more detail once the trade is ready. So that's
just a quick question from Rodell. So do you have a specific day of active trading?
Okay, so with let me see. So from last year, I was very, very specific on trading only and strictly Thursdays and Friday between the US sessions, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Very, very specific. Why? Because the other days there's valid trades, there's low probability trades, and I've got a terrible win rate on a Monday, so I just don't trade Mondays. Tuesdays are okay, Wednesdays are 50-50, but Thursdays and Fridays, I have an amazing strike rate. And you guys can probably vouch for me if you were attending the live streams. We were killing it on Thursdays and Fridays. It's a new year, and now that's all changed. And now my favorite days to trade are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So you need to know when the market is changing and adapting. So you need to adapt with it. You can never just have a strategy and never adapt with it. It's constantly adapting. So at the moment, I do prefer Tuesdays and Wednesdays, specifically the US session. So those are my favorite days. However, the other day I took a Aussie trade. I was not meant to be trading. It was bank holiday for the UK, but I saw a decent valid setup on Aussie and I took it and I made 12R. So with the days, you just need to trade to your edge as long as the setup is ready. But one thing I'll advise is to really backtest your currency pair. So for example, if you're backtesting a Euro USD, a backtest based on your strategy, what days it works best. Don't just trade every single day for the sake of trading. No, it doesn't work like that. You'll be exposed to more risk, right? So once you backtest your strategy, know what days are best for your strategy, know what time sessions are best for your strategy, and just really, really backtest your strategy and find out all the variables of your strategy. And once you've done that, then go to the next currency pair. Me personally, I only trade these four: Euro, Dollar CAD, Aussie, and Dollar Yen. Don't need to trade anything else. These work amazing with the BLT.
Do you have time to do more questions, or do you want to continue with the technicals and we'll do the Q&A a bit later?
I can cover some technicals because there's some setups I do want to cover.
All right, let's continue with the technicals, guys. Keep posting your questions and we'll cover those in a little while, because we've got Diego's got to cover Dollar CAD, Dollar Yen, the Aussie. There potentially might be opportunities. So what Diego's actually doing is what we do every day for the bank level traders. So right now we're just getting into sync with the markets. We skip trading the London session. The majority of our trades are during the US session. So we definitely need to sync up, because we might just find a nice trade today for you guys. That'll be really awesome. So yeah, Diego, over to you.
Yep. No problem. Okay, so with the Dollar CAD, this was actually a trade that I took yesterday with the community. I personally took a loss there, but this loss, instead of hitting a 1R, I lost 0.5R because of a certain trade management technique. There was also this trade that came in before the news. So the news was actually, I think the news happened around here. I took a trade here. Again, I don't really care about the news. I take it anyway. 9 times out of 10, it goes in my favor. In this scenario, it obviously failed, but there was also this setup, which was a forecasted and planned with the community. I couldn't take it, but I'm sure, one of the members actually took this trade using the BLT way before the news, literally 1 or 2 hours before the news, and notice how, yes, we've got a pattern, we've got the compression, we've got a boomerang. So we could have entered here, but it's just there was another opportunity with the same fractions on the lower time frames, and one of our members actually caught this trade at around 8 to 10. I believe it was I forgot his Discord name, but he actually absolutely smashed it. He attended the live stream, and I covered the long from around this point of interest, which obviously if we look to the left, what can we see to the left? We can see there's a nice liquidity pool here. Right, look at that liquidity pool. Beautiful liquidity pool. And he managed to catch a trade there, right? Attended the live streams, done his own analysis, his own intuition, and he followed his plan and he hit 810R. I never caught this because I was busy. I was in a meeting with Rodrigo actually, and we managed to miss this, even though we planned it. So this is a good trade. Then I took a loss here. I'll just be honest. I don't really care about losses because they don't really come that often. In terms of the full analysis on Dollar CAD, we are within this larger channel. However, the relevant pattern is this here. Look, 1, 2, and we've got the boomerang to go short. So at the moment, I'm bearish on Dollar CAD. But after this drop, there's going to be a pullback to drop again, right? So I'll be looking for short-term longs and in shorts. Again, my target would be around here. but I'll be buying and selling it on the way down. So there's an abundance of opportunities with the BOT. And it's not even just that, there's literally 10-hour trades every day. And I'm not kidding with you, 10-hour trades every single day. We go to the 1 hour chart. So this particular wedge has obviously now been broken, and there's momentum. So now we are bearish on the dollar. However, I'm looking for buy opportunities because obviously price, it needs to retest the imbalance and the previous structure. So there is in fact an imbalance here as a point of interest. On the 1 hour, there's also a bit of a banker block. If we go to the 5 minute, there is a bank level, beautiful bank level there. So that's a good indication that price is very likely to reverse from that area. So what I'm expecting on the dollar CAD is a push to the upside towards minimum this area. And what do we have? Most likely some form of a pattern or some form of a boomerang. And already we can see, look, we can already plan it in advance, and we'll probably get a drop to the downside once the boomerang has been complete. And again, this pattern is the one that's relevant. If price obviously does something like this and it does this and then does this, for example, we need to update it with it, right? So then once we update it, this imbalance, now we delete it. It's irrelevant, it's invalid because it's inside of the pattern. Other smart money concept traders trading whatever strategy, they'll take it. Most likely they get tagged in, tagged out, and we'll look for the bank level since it's outside of the pattern. So we're filtering out all the variables, all the low probability trades, and just taking high probability trades. So at the moment with dollar CAD, potential longs, but as it stands, if I quickly just update this to around here, make it nice and tidy, make sure the trend lines are accurate and correct. Break of structure. What caused the break of structure? It was this banker block. So very, very bullish around this particular area on the 1 minute. Notice how we have compression on the 1 minute. Look at this beautiful compression. Beautiful. I love it. And then what do we have? We've got 1, 2, and I'll be expecting a rally to the upside. And it's not even just that. I mean, come on, look at this. Beautiful equal lows. Right? Beautiful equal lows. Beautiful. And we also
got a potential setup as well. So be good to set, definitely set an alert on that one.
Yeah. Beautiful setup. So yeah, we'll do this. I mean, there's equal lows, and you know what? Let's just actually set this order. So let me see, 1.5 pips above. Stop loss just below the imbalance. TP would be this imbalance that we just went over. So this is a nice little 9-hour trade. Something I would advise is mentally prepare for the loss, right? So if I take a loss here, fine. What I'll be doing next is waiting for confirmation at this area. I could reduce the risk on this particular setup since there's a beautiful banker block. So I'm already prepared that if I take a loss, fine, I'll take a loss. And then I'll wait for confirmation here and I'll take that particular trade. What do you think of this order, Rod? Do you agree with it, or what's your thoughts? I think it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I like it. I like those equal lows. I definitely like that imbalance. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the confluence, the correlation between this crude
and oil,
and DXY. So we need to sync up with a little bit with crude. So yeah, we've got potential here anyway. It's on the M1, so it's gonna happen real quick. See if you can set the limit order.
Yeah,
it's right in the middle.
So 0.25. That's it. I'm just gonna set it. Again, guys, this is not my account. I don't have time to go on my MetaTrader. Just an example of just trade management. Just to clarify, this is a TradingView paper trade, right? And NFA, this is not financial advice. It's just a setup and an example of the potential of the BLT.
Yeah,
Right?
this is
Again,
all for education.
yeah, this is educational purposes only.
Yeah, as you can see, we're like the way we live stream it. It's not, we don't just go straight into the technicals. We're also very educational. We're also teaching as we go, and that's exactly the style of sort of live streams that we do. And we find that a lot of traders are all different traders are at different levels of understanding, of skill, of experience, and so we do a lot of focus on psychology. Now, trading and psychology go hand in hand, and that's something that we focus on all the time. And it's exactly what CTI is all about. When you join the CTI community, if you're not part of the Discord yet, just head over to our website, head over to YouTube channel. You'll find the links in the description, because we talk about psychology all the time, and so psychology and trading, especially if you're live trading, you it go hand in hand, and that's something that obviously I focus on a lot with the members. It's talking about sort of the psychological challenge that we face, the cognitive biases that we face as traders. You'll find that with you know what, let me show you guys what it looks like on inside the Discord, because I can talk about it, but it'll be even better if I can show you guys, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure I've been triggered in on this trade. I think maybe I missed it. Oh,
actually,
wait.
Let's go back to your screen.
Oh, triggered.
There we go.
Boom. The risk, I'm not too familiar with using a paper trading on TradingView, so ignore the risk and the profit. It's just an example, of just the entry. So this profit here, I don't even know how to calculate.
Could you zoom into that a little bit? It's just it's looking, the wicks and the candles are looking very, very, very.
Yeah, there we go. Well, we've been triggered in.
Okay.
So we'll go back to this and we'll see what happens on dollar CAD. Also, there is some equal highs there, so we'll be looking for that liquidity. Setting a lot here.
Yeah,
and what we like to do as well.
Place to take some partials there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to hold 10R. We want to be banking aggressively, 60, 80, normally 80% at TP1. So this would be 5.8R, and the remaining we can have it running. And depending on the momentum, this could also end up being a pretty decent monster trade just above these equal highs here as a TP2, as you can see. Beautiful equal highs. So this would be the next sort of relevant TP. So 25R, TP2, TP1 will be 5R, and then 10R, and then 20R, 25R. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, go back to the 1 minute. Yeah, there's some rejection, but it's still early times. Do you want to go over Discord, or would you like me to go over Aussie? I mean, we can just cover the Discord, I guess.
Keep let's cover Discord, or do you want to cover Discord? Are you able to share your Discord screen at all?
You can cover it, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's your turn to
I'll
speak.
jump on then.
Go for it.
So we've been triggered into a trade now, which is fantastic. It's exactly what we want. Now, let's show you guys the dollar CAD setup that we took yesterday. Let's see if we can have a quick look at it. Yeah, this was what we were looking at yesterday. We were actually all syncing up as a team. There's a few of us on there.
There's a bit of banter in the.
There is a bit of banter. Yeah, we were like, what was it? Yeah, Diego was sending this head and shoulder gif, and then I was like, "Don't distract me, bro. I'm on Groku mode." So I mean, there is a lot of banter. We're taking these high probability setups. It's not just us as well. It's the members. There's a lot of questions being asked. There's a lot of with this, we also make it very educational. And then, as you can see, this was the actual setup on the M1. Very powerful setup that ended up, as you can see, that ended up being a 10R on that trade. So we post our entries, we post our wins, we post our losses in the public channel. This was a 12R that Diego took and he covered. We showed the screenshots of when the trade was forecasted. We actually showed the entries and exits. So you know, there's no fugazi. We don't make things up.
I had that post. If you go back to it,
Yeah.
It was a 12R on a Monday, but that added to the April performance, which was probably one of my best months. I think I covered it in the description somewhere.
Yeah.
And where
we
is
share
it?
our losses as well. So there was, you know, we don't hide behind our losses. There's no, you know, like most gurus in the industry, you know what they're like, everyone. This was an amazing trade here again. So you were taking shorts on the Aussie, and then the longs. Took a few losses, but in the end, that was a 27R. I think, was that just on one day?
I believe so. It was 66 off for the month on April. But there was one day where, it was 27 on
Amazing.
the Aussie pairs.
So a couple of losses here, but then this trade here.
No, those are actually wins. So
yeah,
that
exactly.
first.
Oh, okay, this is a win. This one.
They are all wins. Yeah, I'm exiting
fantastic.
on the way up.
Oh yeah, so you took the longs from here. You
So I
banked
took
some
the first one.
profits.
The first bearish arrow was the short. Can you see that
Yeah.
drop? That was the 4R.
That
Then
was
I
the
took
4R.
profit at that first arrow, and then I looked for the longs, and I was scaling out on the way up.
Lovely,
and the arrow
lovely.
all the way to the right is when it hit my stop loss in profit.
So yeah, that makes sense. So this is your sniper exit. So you're getting sniper entries, sniper exits, and then you get tagged out of the trade completely, and then it goes all the way back to your entry. So guys, this is exactly the type of not only are we catching sniper entries, we're also catching sniper exits, and we're posting all of our entries, all of our exits, wins and losses. So that transparency is very, very important. And it's not just us, it's our members as well. So just wanted to give you guys a run through. So if you want to join this channel, make sure that you join the CTI Discord community, because it's really, you know, the type of strategy that we teach is going to help you be a funded trader. And as you know, CTI, we give up to $4 million on 2 PM accounts. So, you know, the opportunities are absolutely amazing when it comes to being a funded trader with CTI. So make sure you check out the CTI funded programs on the website, because there's just a lot of programs for different budgets. But most importantly, it's the support that you get, it's the community that you're part of. So make sure that you head over to Discord, and you'll see for yourself, guys. Check it out. So let's go back to the technical. Let's see how that dollar CAD trade is getting on.
Yeah, go for it. Is it sharing now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, we're still around break even. So one thing, I'm not going to just sit here and watch every single tick. So unless there's a famous saying that goes, if you watch every tick, you trade like a dick, right? What that means is, when you're watching every single candle, you become tense, mentally exhausted, emotional. You're just all over the place. So have a plan. So my plan is just, I've accepted a loss, which is fine. I've got an alert above structure. Once I see some momentum, I'm going to tighten a stop loss. Right. So at the moment, I'm not going to be here. I'll just have alerts. The AUD USD. What's the AUD USD? I'll be quite brief about this. What do we have? I mean, first of all, this looks pretty decent for some form of a pattern here as well. The moment is in the middle of no man's land. Go to the 5-minute time frame. Look, this looks pretty decent for a boomerang, right? This is actually a good little trade here. So we'll be looking for shorts from around here or here. But I'd rather wait for some confirmation, and then we can Let me just set my alert. And then we'll go to the lower time frame and look for some potential shorts. So with the Aussie, decent for a short, right? But I'm obviously prepared that, yes, there's compression, but the relevant pattern is ascending compression, right? So this is why I'm waiting for confirmation in case this pattern here, it just pops up to the upside. So waiting for confirmation is key. On the Aussie, what do we have on the Aussie? What else is this is quite interesting. This liquidity pool here that we covered in the last stream, I believe it's been filled. That's fine. It's been filled, spacked a little bit above, and it went to the imbalance. So that's pretty decent. What trade was this? Oh, this is the trade that Rodrigo was just on about. So the 4R, and it was a 25R winner, which is pretty decent. We zoom out now. Yeah, I mean, again, same pattern over and over again. We've got a pattern here, imbalance, and a rejection, right? So now the relevant pattern, we've got compression, rally to the upside. This needs to obviously pull back to go long again. So we're looking for shorts, and then we'll be looking for longs. Plus, this area is really, really significant for some form of a pullback. So look to sell it and then buy it. But at the moment with the Aussie, I'm just waiting for confirmation. If we zoom out, just to get a clearer understanding of what's happening, it's within this larger pattern. The current price action at the moment is a little bit messy, but the relevant price action is what's literally happening around here. I mean, this needs to be updated. Just give me one sec. If we update this, and this can be updated to around here. There we go. So we'll look for some trades at the moment. Yeah, it's in the middle of no man's land, so I'll wait for confirmation. I definitely prefer the dollar CAD. Dollar yen. What's happened with dollar yen? This is quite interesting, right? We've got the 1, 2, decent little boomerang because it faked out of the pattern. Look at the banker block, took out structure, origin of the move. We've got bullish momentum. We've got, the news and the manipulation. I couldn't say that one. And we're expecting longs on dollar yen for now. So if we go to the 1 hour, what do we have? Yes, price action is a bit messy. I mean, we've got bearish momentum. We've got this particular bearish flag, but we do have a rejection of this area. So, and a boomerang. So short-term shorts on dollar CAD, unless we get big bearish momentum, and then we'll be looking for some form of a pattern. Maybe it will be a boomerang. And if this happens, then we'll be looking for buys, right? We just need to update with the current price action. So dollar yen, it's not much of a high probability trade for me at the moment. So I'm going to step away from that one. So if anything, euro longs is at the point of interest for potential shorts. And we can separate the pattern. We can forecast the second tap and it'll look pretty decent. I'm definitely waiting for buys from around here. And if we go back to dollar CAD and let's see what's happening. Okay, currently in a loss. Go to the 1 minute. Okay. No, I've already accepted the loss. It's fine. So I've accepted a loss. I've set my alert within this banker block. And if I do take a loss, then I'll look for a re-entry if I get confirmation. If I don't, it's a loss. It's fine. And if the confirmation comes, then that one trade would be 5 to 10 minimum with the BLT. So just have to remain patient. And I believe that's it for me, Rod.
Yeah, that's so important about the way managing trades. As long as you're following your trading plan and the entry meets your criteria, you need to take that trade, right? Even if you lost your trades yesterday, continue to play your edge, because if you start doubting yourself and then you start changing your strategy or you start compromising, it's gonna lead to self-sabotage, guys. All right. And I know many of you experience self-sabotage and you struggle with your trading We all have, right? Most of us still do. But the important thing is to have a system that you have clearly back tested. It clearly has an edge, because once you have that edge, you will no longer doubt your entries and you will take them. Even if, like this trade, for example, we might get tagged out. Fair enough. Okay, well, we've got plan A, we've got plan B. And like Diego said, your plan B could end up being 10R, 15R. So what is minus 1R on this trade when you're making double-digit R multiples, right? So that's what's important. Stick to your trading plan. I know you guys hear it all the time, and it's easier said than done, and that's why you need to have a solid trading plan. You need to have a checklist that next to you, or I personally use Notion. I'm ticking boxes so I can see exactly whether the trade criteria is being met or not. So yeah, how's this trade looking? We're like 80% towards a stop.
It's
Whipped
back up
into that.
to, yeah, it's compressing, which is fine.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait. I do like the compression. So my game plan is, once and if I get stopped out, to basically just wait for some momentum, catch the pullback, and then we'll be looking for buys from around this area or potentially from around here. If there's no confirmation from around a point of interest, I will look for confirmation from around plan B point of interest. So again, it's just sticking to the plan and just waiting, to be honest.
Okay. Would you be scaling into this trade, or are you going to leave it as it is?
I will have to wait for the trade management strategy to kick in. So once and if there's some form of bullish momentum, I'm going to tighten a stop loss. If I'm in profit, I'll scale in. If not, I won't. And for me to scale in, I need to see something like, bullish momentum and then a pullback. I need to look for some form of a compression. Look for the same setup, the same rule, very systematic, mechanical. Every single entry needs to be basically just the same. You don't want to have 5, 6, 7 different types of entries and strategies. You're just exposed to more risk, and it's just a mess for your psychology. So this particular setup that I just entered, if and when I do get some bullish momentum, and if I get that compression with a pattern and confirmation, then yeah, I'll scale in once the trade is in break even. But every trade, you need to take it as an individual and unique. Sometimes I don't scale in, sometimes I do. So it really depends.
Nice. Well, the trade right now is looking like we're getting some a bounce from our entry region. So let's whilst we're waiting for this trade to play out, let's go through some of the earlier Q&As. And then what I'll do is I'm going to jump on and start analyzing some yen pairs. There's been requests by a lot of the guys, a lot of you guys, and I'm going to cover gold as well. Someone wanted for us to cover gold. I'll be covering gold. So yeah, the trade's looking good so far. So
before you do that, Rod, can you still see the screen? Okay,
yeah,
what I'm going to do now. There we go. Look, dollar CAD activated, and what that means is there's bullish momentum, it's broken structure, and with this particular stop loss, I'm going to tighten it now, right to the most previous significant low. Boom. So I just reduced around 20% of the risk off the table. No, 30% of the risk. So instead of risking a full 1R, it's now 0.7R. So just a little trick there.
Nice. I love that. It's all about capital preservation, guys. Diego is showing you guys that it's just not all about how much you're making. It's about how much you're protecting. Okay.
Exactly.
Remember that. You need to stay in the game, guys. It's all about staying in the game. It's all about having that mental capital, because when you are reducing your losses, when you're protecting your capital, you're also protecting what's in here, your mental capital, right? This runs out. Your brain power it's on a timer every single day. The more hours that you spend trading, the more trades that you're taking, wins and especially losses, you're taking away that fuel in your brain. And so how frustrating is it when you lose one trade or two trades, and then what happens next? You're very likely to self-sabotage, because you're working from your brain changes. You have a lot more adrenaline in your system. Your heart rate goes up. You feel a little bit anxious. right? You get your palms get a little bit sweaty, or you might even get a bit angry. You're very short-tempered with people around you. I mean, this is what happens in trading, unfortunately, if you're not used to it. So, risk management and psychology go hand in hand, and that's something that we coach our traders on, is how to manage trades, not only enter trades but also manage trades, and how to manage your mindset. What's in here? This is the real weapon. This is the real edge. Okay, if you can sharpen this edge, you can do anything. You can achieve your freedom with trading as a funded trader. So if you want to become a full-time funded trader in the next 6 to 12 months, join the bank level trading community, and then you'll be ready for funding. Not just with CTI. You can be funded with anyone, because once you have the weapon, once you have the tools, that's it. You can go hunting on your own. Obviously, it helps when you're trading with others. So let's answer some questions while you're managing that trade. So we'll leave that trade in the background. So it's just there. So let's see. Right, guys. So yeah, if you've got any questions, you can start posting them now. And then what I'll do is I'll spend a little bit of time on these questions, and I'm going to then jump into some charts of my own, some yen pairs and gold.
Oh, Shine. I'm just looking at the chat. Shine Deva, who's a bang level trader in our community on the dollar CAD that we forecasted. Shine Deva. I'm guessing. I think that's. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl, but
Shine. Yeah, he's one of the BLT members. He's under the Discord name Aiming High.
Aiming high. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay, yes, fantastic. Secured a 15R on that dollar CAD. Amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So all right. So let's go find some questions. Yes.
And then, one of the things with trading is, I mean, trading and making money, that's what you get sort of enticed to, and it's attractive. But eventually, once you pass through those barriers, what really motivates myself and Rodrigo, and what gives us the passion, is helping other traders become profitable. If we can give them the platform and the opportunity to become financially free one day, eventually, that's amazing. That's, it's just a sense of fulfillment. So I love it when the BOT traders are just killing it with 15R, 10R. I just love it.
Yeah. So we've got a question here. What do you think about yen this month? Right. So the yen, it's a very interesting topic. And if we actually, it would probably help if I share my chart at the same time. So let's see if I can share my chart. Can you guys see my chart? Yeah. Just
Yep.
All right. So okay. So with the yen, yen has been extremely weak, and in fact, there was an amazing setup that a trade that we forecasted here for the bank level traders right at this weekly low, and it was in anticipation of the yen getting even weaker. Now that was on the back of a Bank of Japan official who stated that if the dollar yen price goes up to 130 to 135, that won't even make a dent in the Japanese economy. Okay, think about that, guys. When I heard that comment, I was like, wow. So there's a Bank of Japan official basically saying where price is going. Now, what did we do? The first thing we did was start looking for longs. And so, as you can see, price has just broken past higher time frame breaker structures, continues to move higher. So on the higher time frame, trend is up, guys. So the yen, I'm still looking. I'm still looking for the yen weakness across the board. So that's my thesis on the yen. I do anticipate the yen to actually head higher up towards the 133 level. So definitely that'll be the focus for the bank level trading community. So yeah, hopefully that's answered your question there for some of you guys. Right. yeah, guys, show some love. Hit that hit that like button. Any more questions that I can see? How much assets under management of research and development? How much risk per trade? Okay, well, there's risk per trade. For me personally, I'm doing anything between. Most of the time it's 1/4%. And if if I'm in complete sync, and I'm up for the month or I'm up for the quarter, I could increase that to 1%. But that just all depends on many factors. Everything has to be in line. But most importantly, I have to be in flow. Like my mind needs to be so on point, so focused in the flow state. Otherwise, I'm not going to increase more than 1/4%. Okay, so good question by James. What is a bank level? How do you see it? A bank level is essentially a point of liquidity where institutional algorithms react from. Now, usually a bank level is a gap. And if you want more information about bank levels, there's a lot of information out there on YouTube. The most popular being obviously ICT, Inner Circle Trader. He covers them in these fair value gaps. So shout out to ICT traders out there, and of course ICT himself. So yeah, bank levels it's a way that we look at these gaps in price for potential points of interest. Good question about our win rate. Win rate varies every week, but the last, I think this year we've got about 60% win rate, which is amazing. Especially it's not just, I mean, win rate is not really that important when you're a bank level trader, especially if you're averaging around TP1 is around 5R minimum, right? And the bank level traders in the chat, you guys seen it. Just let everyone know that yeah, it's literally minimum 5R. So even though we're taking partials at TP1, and trades can go 10R, 20R, and so on, where obviously our TP1 is around 5R. So we like to keep it humble. We're very transparent. We're not going to say to you, yeah, we catch 20R and that's where we exit. Nah, we're not sugarcoating anything to you guys, and that's why we're so transparent. We show our entries, exits, because obviously there's a lot of gurus out there saying that they're catching 20 Rs, 30 Rs, 50 Rs every single week. Right. Good question from Aman. Do you look at higher time frame supply and demand zones, or just follow trend line on lower time frame? Definitely looking at high time frame supply and demand zones. As you can see on my dollar yen here, I've got liquidity here up here. I've got liquidity here. This one's obviously been mitigated, but I will be using this zone as a potential flip zone. So yeah, definitely we look at the higher time frame all the way from daily down to the M1 to look for those points of interest. Right. Got one. Let's see if I've got one more. Let's see, one more question. Okay, there's quite a few more questions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just answer this one, and then we'll answer more questions a bit later. So what is the main confirmation before entering the trade when price comes into your order block? So we use different patterns. We use a pattern refinement technique to tell us which are the high probability points of interest and which are the lower probability ones. So in terms of confirmation, we look for those the classic breaker structure, but our breaker structure is very different to a lot of CMC traders out there. We separate our breaker structures we define them between liquidity grabs and breaker structures. So obviously you guys in the BLT program, you know exactly what we're talking about. So hopefully that's answered your question, sir. Right. Let's get into the charts. Let me have a quick browse at dollar CAD. Let's see how our trade's getting on.
Oh wow, nice. Okay, if you go back to my screen, I'm going to manage the risk again.
Okay, go ahead, Diego.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so as you can see, there's some momentum to the upside. So what I'm going to do now is, obviously, originally the stop loss was down here, reduced it to then 70% risk off the table, and now I'm going to reduce it towards this particular area. So now we've reduced literally 70% risk. So immediately, in terms of psychology and managing this particular trade, it's already helping. You know, when you're reducing the risk as the trade is going in your favor, it's just going to make it easier for your psychology. So at the moment, we're currently up. I mean, it's only just started, just 1.6R. I mean, it's still really, really early times. So we'll see what happens.
1.6R on about 6 pips.
Yeah, I mean, 1.6R.
That's not bad.
Within a space of, when did we enter? We got triggered in basically, hold on, where was it? The turn, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, 30 minutes around 1.6R. Not bad, but I am expecting a bit of a big move to the upside. So let's see what happens.
Cool. Well done. Good trade, Diego. And good trade,
Yeah.
good risk management as well.
Just following the rules.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the rules. I mean, as you can see, we've got the rules in here pretty much, but I still have to check my checklists every now and again just to make sure that there's no sort of cognitive biases. Sometimes I got confirmation bias. Sometimes I ignore, like, you know, a few things. You know, you got anchoring bias sometimes. So I always have a checklist. Even if you've been doing this for years, we always follow the rules no matter what. Right. So whilst that trade continues to go, let's go. Let's use my screen here. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, dollar CAD reacted to this to this banker block here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's go over to dollar yen. Where's my markups for dollar yen? Is it this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, dollar yen. So dollar yen, yeah, dollar yen's been fantastic. I'm definitely, let's just zoom out a little bit more. Oh yeah, this was another setup that we took. Yeah, that was a naughty one. That was naughty. Right. Okay, so we've got some liquidity up here. That's now been mitigated. So we can pretty much, if we zoom in here, yeah, on the weekly time frame, we've broken above this and we've taken out this. So we're definitely expecting a little bit more weakness in the yen. Let's see what we can go back to the daily. We've got a bit of a break and retest of this this ascending pattern. So I am watching this larger ascending pattern. I'm not too confident with it, to be honest, but I have it there as a reference because there's a lot of algorithms, a lot of traders who traded this break and retest. We don't trade break and retests, but I have it there just for reference because a lot of traders would have placed would have been entering from this. Right, so let's go down to, so on the H4 I can see here market structure still up. We've got new high, so definitely I'll be interested in bank breaker structure high. So if we just have a look at what, yeah, so price went into discount levels, could potentially go lower. There's a lot of I guess unfilled liquidity around this region. Has price reacted to this particular imbalance? Let's have a look. Yeah, price has already reacted to this imbalance. So let's just mark that up as imbalance. Fantastic. And yeah, this was a FOMC reaction from yesterday. Let's just tidy this chart up a little bit. Yeah, I remember Diego, you were covering the dollar yen yesterday, and it just looks so messy here. We were like, right, you know what? There's going to be a lot of manipulation, and of course, look, you've got all of these engineered equal highs that were inducing traders, especially a lot of systems placing stop orders above resistance. Classic stop hunt move, where price actually tanks. So we've got this this manipulation. Now, I've seen this type of pattern before, and as you can see, we had a massive gap in this region that has now been mitigated, and price has actually reacted quite well to this this block here. Let's have a look. Yeah, perfectly well to the. But it's also now created some equal highs, equal lows. So I'm definitely very wary of those equal lows here. So like I said earlier, could potentially see a little bit more downside here. So you know, whenever I see situations like this, I start to look for any particular patterns that might be developing. So there is a potential flag forming in this region, but I would like to see personally, I definitely would like to see price go lower to look for potential longs at lower prices. So we've got a potential one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not really feeling this expanding. So let's just let's leave it as that. Let's see if this does develop into some sort of a flag. Just a quick browse here at the dollar, at the Dixie. As you can see, the dollar, the DXY and the dollar yen look almost identical, right? So we could potentially see price come up here and then come back lower into these regions, take out these equal lows, and potentially we might see, in fact, we might see some of what liquidity in this region get triggered. But ideally, I want to see a pattern which will give us a good indication as to when and where the high probability point of interest will be. So that's what I have on the dollar yen. Today, as you know, we covered it earlier. We've got the Bank of England rate hike. It's pretty much priced in, guys, but we're going to get, of course, a lot of volatility. So let's have a look at, let's keep the theme of the yen. Medium term, as you know, expecting even more yen weakness. And it's not just from my analysis, it's also from our fundamental analyst, Aslan. So if you guys are interested in in-depth fundamental analysis with examples of trade examples and all of that, then you can sign up to Aslan's free fundamental newsletter. Just head over to our website, head over to our Discord, and then you'll see how you can register for that. I personally use it myself. He's very good with fundamentals, so definitely check out Aslan's free fundamentals report that he sends out every single week. So looking at the daily here, just very quickly, we've got a higher time frame breaker structure here, but we've also got a bit of a very strong reversal. I mean, look at these 3 candles here on the daily, and we've got obviously some profit taken from those longs. Now, in situations like this, you need to, for me personally, you need to follow what price action is telling you, what market structure is telling you, what is institutional flow telling us. You've got look at this movement. There's a lot of intention here. Like, although we're seeking yen weakness that could potentially put the pound yen higher, it might be that the pound might actually be weaker than the yen, because the yen is already very weak. But perhaps the pound, especially the sterling on the pound yen, it might just be a little bit overbought. Now we can see that here on the on market structure wise, we've got clear shift in market structure to the downside on the daily. So daily looks bearish. H4 is again looking bearish. Got very strong breaker structures here. Now, just mapping out this this price action here. There's, as you can see, there's a lot. You can see that sort of momentum that we have there, and then suddenly we have this compression. So, as bank level traders, we look at this in a very simple form. I've studied a lot of Elliott wave theory, and I've basically simplified it. It's quite simple. You have impulses and corrections, impulses and corrections. This is a correction. This is somewhat of this compression here is showing us that smart money is either accumulating or distributing, right? So this is, we also use Wyckoff to determine potential reversals in price. So, so yeah, bank level trading, we use a whole combination of concepts, a whole combination of strategies, and it's all this you can learn for free on YouTube, literally. But the way we trade, there's a few concepts that we've learned at a previous hedge fund that we were in, where we managed to develop some really powerful strategies that we use to trade. Let's have a quick have a look at how dollar CAD's getting on. You're still managing that one, yeah?
I was just going to manage it. If I just share my screen real quick.
Yeah, let's go back to dollar CAD as we are managing this trade live with you guys. I don't see your chart available, your screen share.
Let me try it. Hold on.
Make sure you're sharing the screen.
I am. I think maybe it might take.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Can you see it? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, the last thing you want to do is when you're managing a trade like dollar CAD is you see some profit and you put it on break even. You don't want to do that because break even traders, they get stopped out. What tends to happen is price fills the liquidity and then goes along. You're like, oh, wow, my original analysis played out, right? If you put your trade on break even. So you don't want to do that. You want to see if any bang levels are filled. That's where the smart money is at. So if we zoom in, do I see everything here has been filled? There is a bank level right here. Look, let's actually zoom in. There we go. Look, so there is an unfilled bank level. You need to be really, really precise. Look, really precise with these bank levels. Look at that tiny gap. Oh, maybe I believe it's been filled. Yeah, that's been filled. Okay, so that's been filled. Anything else? Everything else looks filled. Let's go to the 30-second. Filled. So to be honest, since everything's been filled, I'll be looking at this sort of structure from around here. Everything else has been filled. All the bank levels have been filled. So I'm going to place my stop. Yeah, I'm going to tighten the stop loss to at least, break even. There we go. So risk-free. Risk-free on a dollar CAD. And I am currently up. I mean, it's the start of the move, to be honest. I'm only up 2R, but it's still early times. So we just have to wait. If I look at dollar real quick.
So yeah, stops on break even, guys.
Decent. So remember the pattern that I mentioned earlier on dollar CAD, that if it forms some form of a compression towards the banker block, what we need to do then is update the pattern. So if we update it, just how I said, it's very likely to happen. What do we have? Now, prices within this channel. So we know there's a very high probability that price will just keep on climbing towards this area here. So I've got all this move up here to play with dollar CAD. So let me just set my alert.
Yeah, guys, if you took this trade or you've learned something from this dollar CAD trade, smash that like button, guys. Show love to the Trading Nut YouTube channel. Because yeah, Cam invited us over and he wanted, because he knows how we trade. He knows we can catch these high R multiple trades on a regular basis. So we wanted to also come in and educate you guys and teach you stuff that you may already know and may not know. But we bring a lot of value in terms of psychology, trade management. And we have a little twist on how we look at smart money concepts. So guys, make sure that you're smashing that like button. You're showing love on the comments. I can see a lot of guys here, a lot of the traders here are being showing love, being respectful. So appreciate the likes because it's going to help with that YouTube algorithm. Yeah, go ahead, Diego.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. One thing I'm already preparing for is notice how there's compression here. So I wouldn't be surprised if price dramatically drops to the downside and then rallies. So I'm already expecting in advance there'll be some form of a pullback because it's not just going to keep on doing this. It needs to pull back. It needs some form of a correction. So just thought I'll note that one out. So just prepare for pullbacks, right? Rather than seeing it drop, you get emotional and you close it, right? You need to have a rule in place. But because it's break even, there's no stress at the moment. And we just clarified that the DXY, there's a move to the upside coming, especially
those
in the
equal
pullback
highs have been taken out on DXY.
Yeah, you can see it there as well. So there'll be some form of a pullback towards at least this sort of banker block down here. So yeah, I'm expecting a pullback on dollar CAD, 5-minute time frame. It hasn't really started. Not enough liquidity. Obviously, the US session is about to kick in, so all the big players are coming in soon. So we'll see what happens. The 1 hour chart. What do we have? Current pin bar. Again, we don't even look at price action. I mean, there's a bearish engulfing previously. That's not going to put us off. We actually make the price action. So this particular pin bar looking candle, we're going to make it from the bottom. So we don't look at price action as well when you're trading bank level trading. So at the moment, still early times with dollar CAD, but it's risk free. So I can just chill.
Nice.
Yep.
So Diego, you might need to jump off very soon. So I'm going to stick around with you guys because I still need to cover a few more of the yen pairs, a little bit more of sterling pairs. I want to cover gold as well, and I'll continue to monitor this trade of yours. In fact, actually, I'm gonna open up a new tab, and I'm gonna see if I can access your chart. Hold on a minute. So Diego, do you want to cover some of the questions in here?
Yeah, I've got 10 minutes anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, while I'm setting this up. Okay, got it. Found it. That was quick.
Yeah, all good. Okay, Vin, Diego, I'm risking 2%. Okay, I hope it's not this dollar CAD trade. I mean, if you're, we're not here to follow signals. This is the thing with with traders is we come on board, we do a setup, we make sure to say this is not financial advice. It's just a paper trade to show you guys a trade management. 2% is a bit too much, my friend. I've even heard traders where they do 10% and then they start blaming the finger. Oh, I lost 10% because of you. Follow risk management. If you can't follow risk management, then you're not ready. So I do believe
2% is a bit much, but you should definitely be banking some profits, man. Reduce that risk down.
Bank some profits and cover your stop loss. Make it risk free.
Yeah.
Captain, how to get hold of hedge fund level trader connection like yours?
Keep coming to the trading live streams. Join our YouTube channel because we do our own live streams on Friday. So if you want to continue to trade and see us on public, do so. But if you want to get a little bit closer to us, join the bank level trading community because that's how you get direct access to us.
And plus something with CTI, for the future is we do want to turn this into a hedge fund eventually in the future. So if you're a bank level trader and you're profitable, the doors are open to the hedge fund as well. We're not just a prop firm. In the future, we will be looking to be a hedge fund. So CTI is the place to go. In terms of trader connections, literally just join communities at the bank level, trader communities, but build a track record, whether it's a prop fund or whether it's a personal account, build a track record, and it's just a lot easier to have some connections and just be out there, in social media, have your charts, have a YouTube channel or Instagram, and just be active is the best way.
Exactly. So we've got a question here from Jana. Can you explain about filling the gaps that Diego mentioned briefly, please?
Yes. Fill in the gaps. Okay, so I can give you a brief example. Can you see my chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we look at this example here, normally what you get now is a move like this. There's a bit of a resistance, right? It breaks the resistance and there's a retest, right? Can you see that? That filled the gap of the previous structure. The way the imbalances work is there's a break of this particular area, but then it fails to retest and it does its own thing. So what you do now is you get this indicator of the Fibonacci from the top of this structure and the bottom of the structure, and this becomes your imbalance, and the middle is the 50%. So eventually it will fill that gap of the 50%.
Thank you for that. Sharing the alpha.
Yeah.
So we got some beast traders out there. Captain X catching 10 hours, 15 hours. Oh, he actually caught 100 recently. Well done on that. Fantastic on
lovely.
on Euro. Are you jumping off, Diego?
I've got 3 minutes.
Okay,
I can jump
your
off.
stream just disconnected.
Oh yeah.
Right. So yeah. Treehawk, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, Treehawk's one of our members. So Patrick asked if we have a community. Yes, we do. It's the BLT Discord community. So that's part of the CTI, the City Traders Imperium Discord. Within there, we have private channels for the bank level traders. Of course, you get access to the course. So the course first, you have to buy the course, the bank level trading course. That's currently retailed at $500, and the membership itself, so the private Discord channels, you're paying $50 a month, and we are increasing prices very soon. So make sure that you join as soon as possible before we increase those prices. Right. So let's. I've actually got your chart open over here. See, this is the pullback you were talking about.
Yeah.
So let's see how we got on with that one. Right. So let's. So Diego, you can feel free to jump off whenever you need.
Gonna jump off now. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I've had so much fun, but I've got a meeting to attend to, and hopefully Rodrigo can manage this accordingly. So yeah, good luck on that dollar CAD trade. It's break even now, so no stress.
Thanks, Diego. Appreciate that.
Good.
So guys, if you enjoyed Diego's analysis, if you took that dollar CAD trade, let us know in the chat. Hit that like button. Show us some love, and see you guys. Yeah, Diego will be back here next week. Don't go anywhere, because I'm going to stick around for a little while longer for you guys, because I still got some analysis to go through. But yeah, Diego, thanks very much. I'll see you. I think we have a meeting around 1 o'clock, so I'll see you then.
Yeah. I've got a meeting in 5 minutes, so I need to go as well. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Have a good day. Trade safe. Do not do high risk, please, guys, and do not blame the finger. That's on you. It's not financial advice on these setups. And yeah, Rodrigo, see you in a bit. Bye, everyone.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Oh, back over to me. I've got all you guys to myself. Okay, so looks like dollar CAD is continuing to move higher. US session is not even open yet, so this kind of price action during the London session is very good. So let's see how we get on. As you can see here, in previous sessions, we can get volatility during London. Here's an example of yesterday's London session. Then we had this is all today. What am I talking about? This is a 5-minute time frame. So we've already got a lot of momentum in today's session. This was the Asia session earlier today. Very choppy, of course, after yesterday's massive move. But right now we're obviously trading within this within this range. We've broken some structure to the upside, saw some compression into our below these equal lows, into our liquidity here, and then bam. So trade is continuing to do very well. We actually took this as a paper trade for you guys over here, as you can see, for transparency. We're currently, let's see, we're currently floating 2.5R. Not bad, not bad at all. So let's see how we get on with this one. I know Diego's got a TP up here around 10R, but I'm probably going to be banking partial profits around this region here. So we've already got some alerts there anyway. So guys, when you see those alerts, when you hear the alert, just let me know, and we can bank some profits together. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. Okay, so over back to, okay, that's the dollar yen. Did I finish my dollar yen analysis? Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we've let's just get rid of this one. Hold on, guys. I'm just tidying up my charts here. Here we go. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. I'm bullish on dollar yen, but I want to see some downside. So perhaps we might get a move higher on the dollar yen today before we take a drop lower, and then I'll be interested in longs around this region. So if maybe we might get an opportunity to go short around this region here, who knows? Let's see. Okay, we were talking about the pound yen, weren't we? So let's head over to the pound. So yeah, today the main focus for today is going to be sterling. So let's head back to the H4 just to summarize what I was touching on earlier. Market structure shifted lower. I personally, I don't like taking swing positions below this 50 fib retracement level from the highs. I want to take shorts lower. I want to take shorts around these premium prices. So I'll be looking for points of interest that cause these breaker structures. I could already see a few here, potential areas. We got a bearish banker block here, and we've got some imbalance here, and we've obviously got this. Yeah, we've got this one here. This is I'm more interested in this. In fact, I'm more interested in this imbalance that we have here. So yeah, this is my point of interest. But oh, here we go. We've got an alert on the dollar CAD. Let's see what's happening. Here we go. Got some volatility coming in. Let's head over to the M1. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, typical move. We had some compression. We had a bit of a boomerang here. After this this high was taken out, got some reaction here from the imbalance. So yeah, this is just normal price action, guys. Looks like quick liquidity grab, quick stop hunt of these lows, but it looks like smart money has not yet finished filling their orders. So now we can see. I mean, smart money, they can't hide their footprint, guys. As you can see, that was a very quick move lower. So they're obviously interested at these current levels. So let's see if this move continues higher. When I see wicks like this, they do usually get filled. So let's see what happens. It's looking good so far. How long we got to this? We got another 30 seconds for this 1 minute candle to close. Right, we got these equal highs here. Might take some. Let's see what might take some partials here. around 4.5R. Yeah, we've already got a lot. Bam, bam, bam. So now we can start updating the patterns. Let's see what if there's anything here that we can see. Okay, so potential pattern here forming that could potentially take price lower, but we're okay with that because we've got our stop here on break even. We've got some relatively equal lows here that have been stopped out, so we can actually start trading our stop. But because price is so close to our entry point, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to wait for further confirmation. We've got some more breakers. Do we have a clear breaker structure now? We need a strong close above this this level here. We need that close right here. So we're nearing TP1, guys, with some nice momentum. Looks like this pattern is might not play out because just look at this momentum, guys. Right, this pattern might not actually play out very well. What we want to see within these patterns, we want to see sort of these compression, but this kind of momentum is pretty strong. Okay. Right, whilst we're waiting for this trade, I know I keep wanting to jump onto the pound yen, but sometimes when you're managing a trade, just focus on that. Focus on that one trade, especially if you're nearing your TP1. Because if you start looking at other things, you start looking at social media, you start looking for other trades, or you start updating your community and say, "Oh, look, this, I'm taking this trade, or I'm managing this trade, or I'm about to hit profit." You're a little bit distracted, so you're better off just really focusing on managing the trade and actually, doing your job. Okay, so we've got that's been mitigated over here. So there doesn't seem any more liquidity potential sort of resistance around these levels. So yes, very confident that we're going to hit our TP1 very, very soon. And of course, we got TP2 up here. This is where we're actually going to just fully exit this trade. Let's clean this up a little bit. This was our entry. So if you want to see how we entered this trade, all you need to do is just rewind, go back probably at about an hour ago, and then you guys will see. All right, let's head over to the comments here. Oh, GJ is ripping, yeah. Well, let's have a look at GJ. Okay, looks like we've got some pre-positioning. Let's see what time is the Bank of England. Literally about 5 minutes ago. So looks like we have as expected, we've got our rate hike, and that was already pretty much priced in. So we've already got that priced in. So we're obviously seeing some downside on the pound yen now. Let's have a look at sterling. Wow, very volatile, extremely volatile conditions here on sterling, as you can see. We had that Fed hike. Now we've got the Bank of England hike. Wow. Very nice price action. Does anyone caught this trade? Let me head over to the chat. Did you catch this, Saad? Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Maz. I was too focused on dollar CAD there. couple of you guys Saj in that dollar CAD buy. Well done. Nice one. Captain X, you're very welcome. It's an absolute pleasure, guys. I might, if you've asked questions earlier in the stream, just can you repost it for me, in case I've missed it, because there's been quite a lot of comments from you guys. Okay, there's a question here from Diane. If the break of pattern occurs and comes to your point of interest, do you have to see a change of character first before entering? Yes. And no. So we've got different entry strategies. So sometimes we wait for the that change of character. Sometimes we don't need to. Sometimes we just go straight in. So we have a setup called the 3 aces. So 3 aces, we don't wait for that change of character. We go straight in. And so we have a criteria for our 3 aces. Yeah, looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we may not actually reach our TP1, unfortunately. So I may start, may be forced to take some partials at this retrace. Let's see on the 32nd if I've got anything. Do I class this as a potentially 1, 2, 3? Where did it react from? It reacted from, actually took this out. What about this one? Right, I'm looking at the 32nd. I'm just trying to figure out what this move means. Oh. Okay. I'm going to stick to the original TP. So it's either going to hit our break even or it's going to hit our TP1. It's one or the other. Stick to the rules, and in most cases, you get you let the market decide. I can't control what happens. The only thing I can control is whether I follow my rules or not. So Diego and I decided earlier we're going to TP1 over here, potentially here as well. Can you see our alerts already there? And we've got another one up here. So when price comes up to our point of interest up here, we will be looking for banking some profits, exiting that position, and potentially even looking for shorts up here. In some cases, I might not even have a TP. I just take up partials in case I want to hedge. I want to hold on to those longs, take a short-term short. So in case I get stopped out on the short, I still got my longs covering that potential loss. So yeah, dollar CAD. Let's continue to monitor that. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions. Trident says ITC should be on the pod. Yeah, ICT has been on the podcast on Trading Nuts. So make sure you go on and check that interview out. It's very interesting. Captain X asking, what's the numbers of trades per month? Depends really, but I would say about 2 or 3 trades a week. Oh, Diego's already answered that. Average stop loss in pips, I would say about maybe 8 pips. Yeah, this dollar CAD setup was lovely, wasn't it? Very nice one. We got lucky. We got lucky that we actually got to take this trade live with you guys. Okay, any more questions? How to start training? Okay, Jay, how to start training or trading? Any tips for beginners, please? Yeah, sure. You just I made a video on YouTube recently called on our CTI channel. getting funded fast. So basically, I cover this exact question in detail. So make sure you go and watch that video because it's not just for beginners; it's for everyone, to give you the exact step-by-steps you need to take to become a full-time funded trader within 1 year. We got some hard workers out here. Laminu putting in the work, downloading the data from 2006 to backtest. Well done. I love that. I love that attitude. Well done. Basil, best way to join us is head over to the City Traders Imperium website. You can join our Discord. You can find out more about bank level trading on that website, or just use the links in the description. There should be a bank level trading link for you guys. There you go. Dollar CAD is doing its thing. It's right now. It's just consolidating within the current price. It looks like it might be. It looks as though it was reaccumulating positions. It managed to find the smart money managed to find some more, managed to fill a bit more of their orders that they want, and then as you can see, we have a little bit more bullish momentum to the upside. By the way, guys, this is the M1. So if you're not used to trading M1, it's very scary. I'm not gonna lie. When you first start trading M1, it's scary. Your emotions are all over the place. So M1, I don't recommend it unless you've got some good backtesting experience and you've also simulated. You're used to simulating on the 1 minute time frame, right? Because it's not for everyone, especially not for beginners. Okay, so we're approaching our TP1. Fantastic. Let's get ready for that. So we've got question here. Which time frames is good for points of interest? I would say for me personally, I like to think of like zones within zones. So I would say for me personally, 15-minute, 5-minute. So M15, M5. That's where I'm looking for my points of interest, because I'm trading. I'm basically scalping. Like this trade here was essentially a scalp that would turn into a day trade and potentially a swing trade. So that's what the BLT is all about. We're looking for those scalping entries and turning them into swings. That's how you really catch those big trades. All right, guys, we're nearing our TP1, so I'm just gonna get ready to bank some profits here. Can't remember how to do this. Do you guys remember? Close. Do I click close position? Or is that going to close the entire position? Protect position. Just let me know in the chat if you guys know how to use this paper trade. Let's see. Modify. Okay, no, I don't want to modify. Dr. Right. I think I have to click on close position. All right, guys, I'm gonna click on close position, but just bear in mind I'm trying to figure out how to take partials on TradingView. So if I close the trade, it's it's not really where I intend to close the trade. Close position, partial close. Oh, fantastic. Yes. How many units? Okay. So I'm just gonna have this ready. Okay, now I know how to do it. Cool. No worries. So we'll just wait for that. We'll wait for these equal highs to get taken out, because we've got some imbalance up here that we could potentially get a reaction from. And we've got these equal highs up here as well. We've got this. Okay, so let's have a quick look at gold. So gold has been really, really interesting. We had very bullish move this week, especially after yesterday's FOMC. We had these these equal lows to get taken out, and price is now back trading back above. So this is very bullish for price. So on the H4 time frame, if we have a look at this, I would say on the lower time, on the H4, we're still quite bearish. H1 definitely now shifted. So let's have a look at the daily. Daily, we've also shifted down. So H4 and daily is down, H1 is up. So any moves higher on gold are for me personally, I'll be counter trend trading. So for me, when I'm counter trend trading, I'm actually banking profits earlier around 3 to 5 hour. And on when my trades are in line with the daily and the H4, I'm a little bit more aggressive. So I'll be doing a TP1 around 8 to 15 hour. So it just depends on kind of like how lucky we get. So yeah, on gold, we've got we had a reaction here from our point of interest. If we zoom over to we've got a beautiful Wyckoff schematic down here, classic accumulation. We've got our selling climax, automatic rally, a few secondary tests. We have our spring, beautiful signal. So we have a very nice, we had a very nice free aces signal here to go long. And then of course we have our sign of strength up here. And looks like we've got these equal lows that could potentially get taken out. They're just way too clean. So if we go head over to the lower time frame, can we see any liquidity pools that could potentially be targeted? Perhaps maybe within this wick. M3, I have back tested gold on the M3 and it works really nicely. So we've got an imbalance here. Looks like that's been filled, but we've got this banker block here. Has that? Nope, that's not been filled yet. So that's where potentially where we have where we could potentially find some longs in the near future. So I'm going to map that out there. Oh, that's not a bearish block. It's a bullish block. Here we go. So let's head back over to the 15-minute. So 15-minute. Let's see if we can spot any potential patterns. Yeah, it looks like we got a potential sort of a ascending channel here. A little bit more of an expanding. Not really feeling it. I'm not feeling it too much. So I think gold, if you're already long, great. This can potentially just keep going higher. Is there potentially? Okay, so we've got this descending pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're constantly updating patterns. So it's just part of what we do. This is what I'm doing right now is mostly wave theory because I'm counting waves. I'm not going to start marking up the chart with well, let me just give you an example of how I'll mark up charts. So we have sorry, it's meant to be the other way around. So we have, oh no, where did I put that one? Here, this one. Okay, whatever. So we got A, B, C, D, E. So we got a very nice reversal from this region. We've got a breakout of the pattern. Usually when we get a breakout of these patterns, this would be your TP1. So definitely expecting more upside on gold. Now we can very easily, before we even get there, we can easily come back down here. Why? Because there's potential, these equal lows and this potential banker block on the M3 that could potentially get mitigated, and that will of course retest this this block here on the higher time frame. So smart money may decide that they want to get filled even more. So this could be a potential setup. We may get some sort of pattern like this. Right, so we've got an alert on euro. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we've got some dollar strength. Beautiful. So Diego did cover this this potential short earlier in today's stream. Price is now heading towards our potential point of interest for longs. So let's just zoom out a little bit here on the M5. Yeah, it's coming down nice and fast. So with this kind of pattern, we want to wait for a clear breaker structure. We want to see what the reaction is around this this level here. Looks like US markets are now open. Let's have a look at dollar CAD. Dollar CAD's approaching our TP1. So let's get that ready. Yeah, here we go, guys. TP1 is hit. Let's close this trade. Very close trade. Partials. Let's close half of that. So around 200 and 250. Yeah, partial close. Very good. Well done, everyone. Well done to those who were here earlier and actually caught this trade with us. So fantastic. So yeah, partial profits have been taken on this. So at this point is when we start taking our screenshots, just assessing how we feel. This is just a habit. I'll take my screenshots, add it to my trading journal, and I just describe what's going on in the price action, how price got to TP1, how I'm feeling. Most importantly, am I feeling too excited? Am I feeling quite fearful? Do I want to close the whole thing? To be honest, right now I'm very composed. This is just our bread and butter type of trading, and this was a beautiful 4.6R. And now that I'm actually going to trail stop just a little bit higher because we had these, we got very clear breaker structure, nice momentum. We've got these equal lows that were stopped out. So it's very likely for these. Let's move this. It's very likely that if price goes lower, if below this, it's gonna completely reverse. So this is where we would manage to trade, modify. There we go. So we've locked in a little bit of profit there, and we'll continue to do the same. So and because TP1 and TP2 are really close together, so this is about 6R. I've taken 50% off the trade now. I may take a little bit more here. Let's just okay, we've got the alert set, but definitely want to be banking profits up here at 10R. So yeah, let me know in the chat, guys, who took this trade. Who else is in this? So question from Danielle: do you guys do live trading with the members of the community? Of course, this is what we do every day, guys. So if you're looking to work with hedge fund traders with strong track records, taking trades like this on a weekly basis, head over. The links in the description. Bank level trading. So if you want to be a bank level trader and catch trades like this, and eventually become self-sufficient where you can find these trades on your own, join the community. Thank you, Trident. Thanks, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. This is an amazing trade. Fantastic. We're floating at around 6R. So yeah, smash that like button. Show some love. Saj in the trade as well. Good profits. Fantastic. We're making money, guys. That's what it's about. But at the same time, it's also about following your rules. So this is the product. This is a product of years of back testing, right? This strategy is not something, you know, that doesn't come. It doesn't come easy. We put the work in, guys. We put hours, thousands of hours of back testing. We've lost a lot of money, so you don't have to, right? So if you want to learn this strategy, make sure you come and join us. Okay, so the link's not in the description. Okay, just head over to the City Traders Imperium website, Basil, City Traders Imperium, and you'll see smart money concepts or bank level trading. You'll find all the information there that you need. All right, Isaac, you got in the trade a little bit late on low risk. That's cool. Okay, look, T price is flying now. Fantastic. This is what we like to see in our trading. We like to see our trades have very low drawdown and then explode. That's what we want to see. But did you guys notice the psychology of how we manage this trade around this region here? How many of you, be honest, how many of you would have closed out early over here? Be honest. Just say, yeah, honestly, I would have got scared. You're not the only one. Years ago, we would have done the same thing, but we know to trust the system. So even though your emotions in here are telling you, "Oh, what if this reverses? Should I take some partials?" And then you heard me live. I said, you know what? I'm sticking to the rules. I've planned this trade with Diego. We're in sync with it. This is how we're going to manage it. Right. Trident. I'm really glad you like the strategy. It really is, honestly, and it's so powerful because you can catch, as you can see, we've catched 5R, 6R currently in the space of about just over an hour, about 90 minutes. Some swing traders are they spend like 3 days just to catch 2R. You know, I'm not being, not trying to be arrogant here, but the bank level trading, what you can catch high R multiple trades that have low risk and high R multiple returns in a very small period of time. Now, if you're working full time or you're studying full time, you can use the same strategy on a higher time frame. So instead of taking entries on the M1, you can take entries on the M15 or the H1. The risk reward reduces a little bit, and you have to hold the trades a bit longer. But still, you know, you can average a good 2 to 3R per trade, and that's still quite amazing, especially if you're a funded trader, and you are working full time. Yeah, Diego had to jump out the meeting. Sorry, guys. Diego will be back soon. We'll be back next week. Diego will be back next week. Okay. So Zombu So yeah, you love the strategy. Thank you very much. You want to join and learn? Could you take a few seconds to explain how will this video be published, guys? The bank level trading. Just head to the City Traders Imperium website and you'll see it there. City Traders Imperium. Just Google it, and you'll find. Diego is just hacking into the chart. Yes, Diego. We took profits, man. We banked profits as planned, of course. Yes, we have. I'll bank some more profits for you, Diego. Let's do that now. So let's bank another 50%. There we go. More partial profits taken. Leo, you need to head over to the City Traders Imperium website, and you need to just find bank level trading, smart money concepts. You'll find all the information there that you need. Jana, great question. The answer to this is yes. In order to be part of the community, you have to first take the course. So the course is priced in at $500, and then you pay $50 a month. And first month is free. Okay. So as soon as you join, your first month is free. So you can join our live streams right away. But obviously, we recommend that you continue to watch the lessons, learn the strategy, back test whilst you're obviously attending the live streams. There you go. So yeah, Diego will be very happy that we we banked some profits. Okay, so let's move on to let's go back to gold. Gold and M15. Yeah, I'll wait for price to develop, guys. Just to summarize very quickly, because I might need to head off very, very soon. If you're enjoying the content, guys, make sure that you're liking it. Yeah, like this video, help us out with the YouTube algorithm. A lot of traders have made money today, so if you're learning something, if you found some value, hit that like button. Much appreciated. Patrick, no, we don't take payments in two halves. So when you're ready, Patrick, you know, there's trades like this every single week. Okay, so when you're ready, when you're ready, come and join us. Simple as that. Saj, well done. Glad you are enjoying these profits, and thank you to Cam. Thank you to the Trading Nut team for this opportunity. Thank you to you guys, the Trading Nut community, who taking the time out of your day to show your support, to learn with us. This is an absolute dream for us to be able to not only trade and have a good strategy. That's something that we worked so hard over the years to achieve, but now we're actually able to give back. We're actually able to pass this knowledge on to others, because knowledge is absolutely worthless if it's not shared and applied. That's what knowledge is meant to be shared. It's meant to be because we're all here for the same thing, guys. We all want freedom, and that's what we believe at City Traders Imperium, about helping traders achieve their personal freedom, whatever that personal freedom is. Some of you guys want Lambos. Some of you just want to live in a farm. some, with wife and children, and you want a simple life, whatever that freedom is, you can do that as a trader. You can do that as a funded trader. And so that's why we offer not only education and strategy, but we offer the funding. We can fund you up to $4 million. So head over to City Traders Imperium to find out more information about all of the services and products we use. Head over to our YouTube channel if you want to learn more about the funding, if you want to learn about all the other strategies that we offer. It's not just bank level trading, we offer other strategies. And if you're interested in the fundamentals, we've got a free newsletter by we have our expert fundamental analyst called Aslan, who's based in the UK. He's been absolutely smashing it with his fundamentals and technicals. So make sure you sign up to that free newsletter. So yeah, Diego's on the chat. So if you guys want to show Diego some love in the chat, he's saying, yeah, this is a dollar CAD is now 7.3 R, 7 points. Yeah, actually tapped 7.6 R. Fantastic. So we've taken partials. Let's just mark off the areas where we took some partials. We took some partials here. And oopsie daisy. And we took some partials here. And now we're waiting for the other target. So let's just move this over here. Fantastic. Let's update this pattern. Here we go. So we've got reaction from this third tap up here. We've got a little bit of momentum up here. So we could potentially, I know Diego drew some sort of liquidity up here. Let's see if we can spot it. Yeah, there was here we go. Oh, why is it not coming up? Price has reacted to this price reacted to this imbalance here. Here we go. Very nice. Cool. Right. How to get to 4 million with CTI. It's there's a video on this. I've done a video on this on the CTI YouTube channel. But just to briefly explain, is you need 2 portfolio managers accounts, and then you need to scale them up to 2 million each, and that's how you get your 4 million. Yeah, we bossed the market live on our first go. Man, we do this every day, so it is what it is. Basil, can't wait to have you in the community as well. Looking forward to working with a lot of you guys. We'll definitely be back every week, so make sure next week we will be back on Thursday. Okay, I believe. But just keep an eye out for information from Cam on his Telegram channel. Make sure you open up every single email that Cam sends you, because we'll definitely be updating you guys on the exact times on when are we going to be back. So make sure you head over to the Telegram channel right now, Cam's Trading Up Telegram channel, and just let everyone know how amazing this today's live stream is. Give us some really good feedback. Just let Cam know to bring us back in again. I'm sure he'll be quite happy with us coming back. But yeah, show us some love, guys. Yeah, Diego is the beast. Yeah. Diego's my guy. Diego's my guy. Right, so I think we can start wrapping this live stream up. Because yeah, this trade has been amazing. Let's have a look at what's happening with the euro. I know we were looking for euro longs at a point of interest. So did we get that? Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. there's just way too much momentum right now on the euro. Let's have a look at the DXY. Massive momentum on the DXY as well. It's not Diego pointed out to a few. Let's see Diego's analysis early on the DXY. He mapped out a few points of interest. Yeah, over here. He did map a few out, but when you see this kind of momentum, the likelihood of any of these points of interest are not that strong. So it looks like we're heading up towards this these equal highs. So when DXY reaches these equal highs, that will probably be there's a few more equal highs up here. That will probably be the time to actually exit dollar CAD. So yeah, that's just to give you an idea of how we use correlational analysis to help us manage the trade that we're currently in. So we might get a pullback here with this, but I'm liking this momentum. We'll see how it goes. We'll leave that one running there. So let's thanks guys, so much love from you guys. I love the Trading Nut community, honestly. If you haven't seen my my Trading Nut video, my podcast interview, make sure you check it out. Captain X, you're in a short on the euro from that 15-minute from the 15-minute point of interest. Was it this one here? That was a very nice trade, that one. I think Diego did cover that one earlier. We just didn't we didn't take it, but this was beautiful. Right here, this would have been a nice entry right here. And here you can here was another potential entry. Yeah, well done. Fantastic trade. Man, you should join the bank level community. We can be catching these snipers together. That's what it's about, guys. That's what it's about. Okay. We might need to start wrapping things up. So guys, do you guys have any questions or anything else you want to add before I wrap things up here? So do you do any currency pairs? Yeah. We trade most of the majors. I personally trade Aussie yen, Aussie dollar, cable, pound yen, euro, dollar CAD, dollar yen, gold, Nasdaq. I used to trade a lot more Bitcoin, but now I'm more of a long-term investor. What else do I trade? That's about it, really. I'm not sure if I missed anyone out. Yeah, I do have an Instagram. I don't really use it. I stopped posting on my Instagram, but if you want to find me on Instagram, it's rodrigo.fxtrader. Yeah, you can send me a DM there. So Basil, how often do members of your private Discord channel trade on a weekly basis? Every day. There's a setup literally every day because we're watching the M1. We trade on a lot of us are trading lower time frames, but the majority of the traders are actually currently in their own back testing, developing their trading plan, just building the muscle memory, the neuroplasticity to really get a grasp of this strategy and get that confidence that they need in order to trade with conviction, with no doubts. Do we trade synthetic indices? I guess we do. Nasdaq, trade the Nasdaq, if that, or synthetic indices. Do you mean like Forex indices? Like DXY, for example. So it's like a basket of geometrically weighted currencies. I personally don't. I look at them, but no, I don't actually making. Yeah, good spot, Arslan. It is there's potentially reversing, but if we go back to the DXY here, price is now reacting at one of these points of interest. So we're going to get a little bit of a pullback here, of course. But with this kind of momentum, I'm confident that we're actually going to reach our final target on the dollar CAD. So sticking to the plan. That's what's important. Yeah, we potentially could get a short here. Potentially. Let's see. How many pips is this? It's about 8 pips. Then we've got, let me go on to M5. This is not really a strong high. It's not really a strong. No, I'm not seeing a short. I wouldn't take the short. No, not with this kind of momentum. I'll be more interested in a short up here. So for now, this is I can see let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, wave 5. So from what wave theory perspective, it looks as though we have 5-wave motive. And this is currently our wave 4. And then looking for a wave 5 up here somewhere. And then a 3-wave correction for potentially another 5-wave higher. So from a wave theory perspective, yeah, we've I'm anticipating further upside. So let's see if we can catch our 10R. So right, spreads on the CTI broker. Well, CTI isn't a broker. We use another broker called CBT Limited. Raw spreads. Okay, so it's great for scalping. Really good spreads. Most of the time they're like 0.4, 0.04, 0.0, sometimes 0.5, 0.8. Just depends. I've rarely ever seen it over 1 pip. Fantastic shine. Another TP1 hit 2 days in a row, and you've only been in the community for about 2 weeks, and you're already taking trades like this. Fantastic. Very proud of you. Keep going. Keep going, and you'll do very well. It's all about consistency. All about consistency. All right, let's start wrapping things up. Thanks very much, everyone. Really appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you continue to support the Trading Nut YouTube channel. And if you're interested in a little bit more about how we're trading, or if you're interested in City Traders Imperium and the strategies that we teach, the funding that we provide, make sure you head over to the City Traders Imperium website. You have all the information there of all of the products and services. And if you are interested in this particular strategy, which combines smart money concepts, wave theory, Wyckoff, and our specific pattern refinement techniques, because we, in order to filter out those high probability and low probability points of interest, if you're interested in and taking trades like today, we managed to bank 7R in total. Our first TP1 was about 4.6R in under an hour, guys, under 1 hour. So if you're interested in that, check out Bank Level Trading on the CTI community. And also, if you're not ready for funding, or you're not ready to purchase a course, join the Discord community. The CTI Discord community is absolutely free. Join via the website. Come and share your analysis with us. Share your learn from other traders, and just to really enjoy the journey. We're such an amazing community. And also, before you go, hit that thumbs up. It will help out the channels with the algorithm. And let Cam know if you've enjoyed this over on his Telegram channel or on the comments below. That would be much appreciated. So on that note, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to the Trading Nut community. Thanks again, Cam, for this opportunity, and see you hopefully next Thursday. Take care, everyone.